Home sellers are losing money. No, it's not because of the market. The reason is simple. The reason why home sellers are losing money is because of the lack of preparation. If you're a long-time East Abbotsford homeowner and you're thinking about selling your home this spring, this video will give you a clear plan on how to move forward. This video will be broken down into two sections. The first section of this video will focus on strategy preparation. These are the decisions you make before you list your home. The second section of the video will focus on home preparation. These are the steps that you need to take to get your home ready for the market. In real estate, the two busiest markets are the spring and the fall market. Yet what we see is many sellers listing their home at the worst times of the year, which can be during the summer holidays or as we get closer to the winter holidays. Section 1. Strategy preparation. The first thing that you need to ask yourself is, why am I moving? One of the best ways to do this is pull out a piece of paper and write on it, I am thinking about moving because. The reason can be we're thinking about downsizing, enjoying retirement because we're wanting to travel, or we're thinking about relocating to be closer to family and grandchildren. The next step is getting clear on your timeline. By what date would you like to be moved? Do you want to move by March, April, June, or are you thinking about moving after the summer holidays? The second thing is you want to know what your home is worth. The best way to do that isn't looking at your home assessment, but is getting a professional home evaluation by my team. When we do a home evaluation for our clients at the initial meeting, we do a walkthrough of the exterior and interior of the property. When we're giving them their home evaluation, we're giving them a list of recent solds in their neighborhood and active listings that could be used as comparable properties for their home. The main reason why we provide the complimentary home evaluation is so sellers have a clear idea about what their home will sell for and how much money they'll have left over for their move. Number 3, understand the selling process in plain language. When we sit down with sellers during our first consultation, when they're looking for a home evaluation, is we take the time to understand why the sellers are thinking about potentially selling their home, where they're thinking about making a move to, and more importantly, understanding their why. The next step is we educate them on how the home selling process works. If you're someone that hasn't bought or sold real estate for 15 or 20 or 30 years, there's been a lot of changes for how the process works. So our goal is to simplify and help you understand how the process works from beginning to end. This includes a simple overview of what happens before listing day, how pricing and marketing work together, what showings look like, how offers are handled, and what timelines they can expect. Number 4, figure out where you're going. When our sellers are thinking about selling their homes, one of the second questions after we ask, why are you thinking about making a move is, where are you thinking of moving to? If our seller clients tell us that, hey, we're thinking of relocating to the Okanagan or Vancouver Island, we'll follow that up with, have you looked at properties in that area? Are you familiar with home prices? And if they say no, we're happy to connect them with realtors that we have in our network across Canada. And the main reason why we encourage sellers to do this is they have a chance to go explore the town that they're thinking about moving to, getting an idea about, is this the right place for me? And more importantly, what that town has to offer in terms of house, what their next purchase will cost them. Number 5, create a 30 to 40 day preparation timeline. We'll sit down with the sellers and we'll fill out a blank calendar. This calendar gives the sellers a simple overview about how the next 30 to 40 days will look like. Moving on to section 2, home preparation. The 6th thing that you want to do is declutter and depersonalize. I understand if you've owned your home for a very long time, there's a very good chance that you have been gathering a lot of stuff that you've been storing in the closets, in the extra room, or in the basement. But one of the things that you need to understand is when potential buyers are walking through the door, they want to see a home that looks clean and tidy, but also where they can see how they can utilize and maximize the living space for themselves and their families. So in your case, if you have a lot of stuff in your home, it might mean that you need to rent a locker and move your stuff to a storage. The other thing is you might want to depersonalize. If you have a lot of family photos, it might be in your best interest to take those family photos down for the time being. Number 7, do any small repairs that need to be done. Doing those small repairs will not only help your home sell faster, but it will save you time and headache. What happens in a lot of cases is most buyers will get a home inspection done, and what the buyers will ask for is major things or small things that need to be fixed or replaced. You can get ahead and make those small repairs ahead of time. Those small repairs might include repainting a room, changing light bulbs, fixtures, changing doorknobs, and the list goes on. Number 8, a deep clean will do wonders. When buyers walk into your home, the first impression is the best impression. If they see a messy home or where the kitchen or the main living space looks very messy, that will leave the wrong impression with these buyers. One of the best things that you can do is work with our team where you get access to our cleaners where they'll come in and clean your home either before we list your home or closer to the final possession date. What our cleaners focus on is a deep clean of the kitchen, the appliances, baseboards, windows, floors, or trying to eliminate or minimize any pets or cooking odors. Number 9, consider getting your home staged. This can be a sensitive topic when you're talking to homeowners. When our sellers are working with our home stagers, we tell them that A is complimentary, and the reason why you're meeting with the home stager is because they are going to give you practical ideas to help improve the presentation of the exterior and the interior of your home. At the end of the consultation, the sellers are given a list of things that they might want to change. Those things might include moving some furniture around, taking some photos down, putting a new welcome mat, or staging the bathrooms in a particular way. What we find is when our sellers work with our home stagers, not only does their home look a lot better for presentation, the home sells quicker and for a better price. Number 10, prepare for photos and video day. The marketing for your home starts before we list it on the MLS. So when you're getting your home ready for photo day and the video tour, make sure to do a deep clean of the kitchen and the major living spaces, open blinds, windows, and the list goes on. Number 11, create a showing plan. When the home's listed, we always tell sellers that we'll always try to give them enough notice for the showings. But what happens is you get a lot of buyer realtors that send showing requests at the very last minute. And in some cases, these last minute showing requests have turned into the buyers that have bought the sellers' homes. So we always tell our sellers that we'll try our best to give you enough notice for showing so that doesn't interrupt your day-to-day lives, but there might be times where buyers want to come at the last minute. It might be in your best interest to allow that showing. What we find is when sellers are flexible with showings, we get more people through the door. When you get more people through the door, it increases finding the right buyer for your home. Number 12, price at market value. The best thing that you can do as a homeowner to get your home sold for a top dollar and quickly is listing your home at market value. When you list your home at market value, the pool of buyers is at 60%. Overprice your home by 10% and the pool of buyers shrinks to 30%. Overprice your home by even 15% and the pool of buyers shrinks to 10%. Another thing a lot of sellers don't either know or don't consider is when buyers are working with the realtor, they'll get the realtor to set up an automatic home search based on their pre-approval amount. If your home is overpriced or it's listed above market value, there is a very good chance that the buyers are not seeing your home online when they're getting these emails or text messages from the realtor. Remember, your home is your biggest asset. If you've owned your home for 20 to 30 years, you will need every dollar that you can get from the sale of your home in order to enjoy the next stage of your life. The goal of today's video was to educate and give you guys a clear checklist of the things that you need to do before you list your home on the market. If you still have questions about how to prepare your home for the market, you can download my free guide, which will provide you a roadmap on the steps that you can take right now. Let me know your thoughts below about what things are important when you're considering listing your home. If you found today's content valuable, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button so we can keep spreading the great work that we're doing here. I'm Gary Dhindsa, and I'll see you next week.